100 naira ko. Estamba seko.
You're welcome to another exciting edition of the program Lagos This Morning. Today being the D-Day, the election day here in Nigeria, we'll be looking at recent news updates in Lagos State and also across the Federation. I am Olajide Taufik Olamide and I have with me here beautiful and gorgeous men in the building.
Gladys Alonze, I'm so happy to be on this program this morning.
Okay. Yeah, I'm Christian Chuku. I'm happy to be here.
All right, let's take a look at headlines for the day. Atiku, Tinubu, Obi, 15 others battle for presidency. Only your vote will count. Prayer points will not count. That is coming from INEC. EFCC intercepts 32.4 million naira allegedly meant for vote buying in Lagos. Accord collapses structure for Peter Obi, hours to polls. MC Oluomo allegedly stopped drivers from moving election materials. Don't make election a do or die affair. Act like a sportsman, Oladipupo tells politicians. And the declaration of election results will be speedy, INEC. All right, let's look at the details. After a 4-year wait, the D-Day is here. Nigerians will troop out today to elect their leaders in a general election that promises so much. The highest office in the land, that of the president, is up for grabs after months of campaigns by 18 candidates of different political parties. 18 candidates have thrown their hats in the ring, but pundits believe that the contest is between the candidate of the ruling All Progressives Congress, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, the main opposition, People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar, who is a former vice president, and the Labour Party, Peter Obi, a former governor of Anambra State. What's your take?
Today, I've been waiting for this particular day. I've been waiting for this day. 25th February is finally here, and Nigeria is going to make that great decision that will either make or mar the country, honestly. And I can't wait to see what the outcome will be, definitely. And obviously, I can't wait.
So I'll call this a crossover night.
Crossover night.
It was a crossover night in Lagos. People were just keeping awake, vigil. Some people even
I didn't sleep.
Yeah,
I didn't sleep at all.
it's one of the. I've never experienced such. People are eager to vote.
Yeah.
You have your PVC, your people on your side. You are like, man, let me. So it's a wonderful time for people coming out to vote. Some people slept at their polling units. Those that will live far away from their polling units. Some people even at the ward collection center. Some people they joined the security men
to watch over the electoral materials.
Because
the materials.
Nigeria, we don't want to hear any story this time around, because over these years, or all these years, a lot of nonsense have been going on. But this time around, the youth are taking the power. They're taking the bull by the horn. They're saying no. It's better we watch over this thing to avoid stories that touch the heart and all of that. So that's what is happening right now, and I like it a lot.
So I don't know. There are many things happening. So let's look at it. Today is election day, and it is a day whereby we will know the scores of who wins the election.
Yeah.
We are looking at how many people now? How many contestants?
18 contestants.
18.
So
But 3 major
You
contestants.
can't say 3. Let's say 4. See,
Okay,
let's. Kwankwaso. That man he's going to pull a lot of weight, if you ask me, from the northern part of this country, Kano State to be precise, because that man, he did things that are tangible when he was the governor of Kano State, and I believe that Kano people will definitely come out en masse to vote for him. I don't know.
Even with all the things he did in Kano State, we still have 3.
Yeah, that's just it. And how many people are talking about Kwakwansu here in the southwest, or in the southeast, or in the south-south?
And do you know, he didn't really campaign. The man didn't do campaign like that. He didn't quite campaign. Yes. Like I said, I've been waiting for this particular
So do you
day.
think he would have a chance at the presidency?
Well, we can't stand, like, we can't sit here to undermine or undermine anybody, because anything can happen at the polling units today. You know, people that we feel that they are going to, like, most of the majority of the obedient people might end up not voting for P2B today, because no matter how they want to convince us that there will not be vote buying this election, I believe that the opposition parties have already piled up this money to buy votes, because we've been seeing what is happening online. It's not news. You understand? Yesterday, when I got to my house, I heard someone say that they went somewhere, they were giving them 50,000 naira.
Imagine.
I heard someone say that. I don't know how true it is, but he said, even when someone tried to argue, he said it's not that online things they tell you share to WhatsApp group, then you have it. He said no, that he saw the money with his eyes. I'm like, well, we feel that there will not be vote buying, but I know it's not this Nigeria. There's no how they will not do what they always do. You know,
we have 32.4 million cash intercepted by the
yes,
FCC,
by the FCC, exactly.
Almost $500,000 from the Atiku perspective, but the one intercepted by the EFCC, we've not known the identity of the person that they took the money from. Now, as Bawa must go trending on Twitter, is what people are calling for Bawa, because there's an allegation that he is involved in a fraud. I can't get that particular allegation, but I'm asking a question. The 32.4 million naira that they saw new notes, how did it get to the hands of
that person? That means it might surely have gotten to the hands of that person through the banks.
I wanted to say the same thing,
Through
because
the banks,
most of these bank managers,
exactly,
they work with politicians.
Exactly. So why didn't they, make findings, even review this person's identity? One, that's where the foul play has come from. One, how can you say you intercepted 32 point something million? I believe if this person was just a common man in the street, they would have published this person's name, put his face out there. You would have seen everything. And then this person, they didn't tell us that this is where this person got this money from, and this is the people that this person is working for. So I believe it's just a foul play or something.
So now I still want to bring it to the INEC. So we had a good policy, like from the president, and we had some people compromising. With the PVAS, by this same administration, the improve on the election, there will be people that will compromise.
Of course.
The elections.
See, I heard a young girl say something 2 days ago. She said that she has always participated in the electoral, like she has always been an electoral officer.
Okay.
She said, until the federal government and INEC does something that looks like an ATM machine, and everybody has or get to have their PVC, whereby you can go to that place and slot in and
vote electronically.
You understand? All this vote buying and rigging will continue, because it's actually very easy to buy and to rig election, even with the beavers. You understand? Even with unless that thing is being done that way, then we can be rest assured that it is settled, and that stuff will not do the computation of the election result, not necessarily taking it to one place where everybody will not gather. The machine will do every calculation, then we will see it by ourselves.
Okay, let's talk about the readiness of people to go and vote. Never like before in the history of Nigeria that people come out all in mass to vote. We had 80-something million voters then, so out of 80-something million voters then the last election, we have 45 million people that came out to vote.
I'm not even sure it's up to 40 something, because I heard it was about 35% of voters, of eligible voters, came out. Just 35%. So
around that.
Around maybe 40 to 39 or something.
Now, we have an extra, let's say 40-50 million from the past years, and the one they registered, let's say 10 million. We have 60 million. So we are going to have a lot of people coming out to vote. But you see, now efforts by some unscrupulous elements, because I don't want to mention names, to disenfranchise people. There is this Ago Palace where they dumped people's PVCs.
Yes,
People will go. You remember that play? That is a lot. People have been complaining that they go to INEC and they don't get their PVCs. They'll stand for hours. But the dire minute, that's on Friday, they went to dump people's PVCs in Ago Palace. On Arise TV, But he asked the INEC, one INEC official a question.
Mike Guinea.
Not Mike Guinea.
Okay.
One they call the person somebody that educates people on.
Okay, voter education.
Yeah. So he asked him the question. He said over 6 million did not collect their PVC. He asked him, the 6 million that did not collect their PVC, are those that they threw their PVC away, are they part of the 6 million people that didn't collect their PVC? The guy was shaking. So me, I'm particular about INEC. Now, I should ask INEC this question. These PVCs that, the one they saw in forest, the one they saw, how did it get to those places?
No, imagine.
You have a question to answer. People are willing to vote. Then you have some unscrupulous element frustrating the efforts of those that want to vote. And one thing that is very bad, there's a report on Obasanjo intercepting 1.5 million, whatever. According to that report, people, foreigners, coming into Kaduna, according to that report, Obasanjo made an attempt to the authorities.
Okay.
And this normal, we are on top of the situation, lackadaisical attitude. They know they are not going to take any action. So they just want to slow the process and maybe have their way, do as if they are working. So now, he had to move in. If Obasanjo did not move in with because he's a general, so he has some influences. If he didn't get into that situation, they would have not said we are on top of the situation.
And it just go like that.
And they just...
Do you know that up to this moment, people are still calling that news fake news?
Now, let's look at INEC. Whether it's fake or not, is a fact. They can go and verify. Let's look at INEC. INEC, these things are happening. People are going to look for their PVCs. They cannot find at your offices, but they will find their PVCs at dustbins, in the forest. So can't INEC tell us what is happening?
This is what INEC will tell you. They will tell you that there's no way you will be working with people and not have bad eggs among them. If you try to bring this matter up with them, that's what they will tell you. But there is no way those bad eggs wouldn't be conniving with the good ones. Probably if they connive or make a kind of what's it called, agreement with some particular unscrupulous elements in different political parties to truncate the effort of other parties by actually keeping their voters cards. Because all these voters cards, they would surely know their word, they would see the names, and they might want to use it to actually tackle a particular candidate. They might say, okay, these are Yoruba names. If they want to fight against Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, they might go and throw away the Yoruba voters cards. Or if it is Igbo or if it is Hausa, they might do the same thing, depending on the kind of candidate they intend to use it for. So now, INEC, I think, for INEC to have come out to say that this election would be free and fair, they should also consider all these kind of things that are happening. So if people can start seeing their ID card on their voters card on the road, in the bush, what is now the credibility of INEC? What is the assurance that everything is free and fair?
Credibility is questioned.
It's questioned.
It's questionable because what our politicians, they can come and say all sorts, and then what they do is different from what they say.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They're always like that.
It's hard for you to believe any politician, even when a central bank governor is not a politician, and INEC, EFC chairman is not a politician. People that are supposed to be non-partisan.
Exactly.
Ribadu now. After you finish your EFC, you now go contest for president. That these people they have this.
They always have ulterior motive.
Yes, but I believe that when people come together and make sure that they vote.
But if people come out en masse today, it is when you come out. Okay, let's say last election we have about 35% of people coming out to vote, of the eligible voters. If we have about 80% to 85%, when the people are out en masse, it will be very hard to carry out any form of rigging and the likes, and you can't actually buy everybody like that.
Yeah.
If people are just this small, out of 10 people we have 3 people coming out, you'll be able to buy them over. But let's say out of 10 people we have 9 people coming out. Even if you try to buy 3 people, in the presence of the other 6, they will overpower this number of people, and they can even say, okay, no, don't worry, just bring your money, and they vote their conscience as well. I don't know if you have that video
where people were sleeping. They slept at
we have a lot of people who have commented and have joined the program. Let's look at their comments. Mr. Ademola Atonda, good day, guys. Good day. Welcome to the program. Udeze Chima, good morning. Christian and the crew, good morning. Udeze Chima again. Either Nigerians get it right today by enthroning Obi to alleviate the sufferings of Nigeria, or fasting their suffering better. Ademola Atonda will be for president. Again, let all Nigerians go out to vote for Labour Party. Olugbenga Bamidele said order from above. There's a Chima, exactly, glad this. That is how voting is done in Europe. The very moment you enter the polling booth, just insert your voting card, your information pops up, and you cast your vote, and the machine closes.
Okay, let's see
it's
that
very simple.
Let's see that video where, okay, we have pictures also.
It's very simple. That is that. I think the next president, if anybody imagines, anybody who wants Nigeria to progress imagines, if we want to really be truthful to ourselves this election, you don't need to put humans there. Let it be machine-based election. We see Nigeria should have moved past and someone wants to steal ballot box. We should have moved past that stage whereby people will steal ballot box. See, if it's not about selfish interest of our politicians out there, you need to synchronize all the system together. Let one person have a unique number that they'll be using. Either your NIN, it should be synchronized with your voter's card. Everything should be inside one card. Yeah. Like there should just be a kind of ATM. You would have programmed this thing already. We don't need any presiding officer to preside over anything. Just go there. Maybe few years or months back they would have configured the machine, to make sure that it will be able to serve the people. Okay, yeah. You can just put probably police officers or agents of election agents. They will just be there to man the machine only. Then you insert your card. You don't need to vote by staining your finger and putting on papers. Because you would, as you're pressing the system, as you operate ATM machine, there will be 5,000 here, 2,000 here. It will be showing the logos of those political party. Press it one, then it has gone. Then you say thank you for voting. You remove your card, go home and sleep. Finish.
Because
should be like that.
Most of these polling units agents, electoral officers, and polling whatever. See, most of them. Once they've collected money, they will compromise.
Exactly.
That is just the truth. So, because I heard someone say something yesterday. I always like giving this kind of reference because I converse with people a lot. Yeah. The lady said something. She said that core members now, who are the polling unit officers, they call them POs. The polling officers. Some of them now, they've already told them that. I don't know how true it is, but this person told me this in confidence. She said that most of them, they've told them, particularly in Lagos State, that if they bring their PVC, they should, if they are sure that those people, they are going to vote against the ruling party. They mentioned the ruling party in that place. They should, when they put the card in the beavers, they will tell them that the card did not read the
person's PVC.
Did not read the PVC card. Then that is why, please, if you're going out today to vote, if they are slotting your PVC inside the beavers, make sure you see what the thing is writing.
Imagine.
Make sure you see
INEC workers, officials, making sure the process does not work.
You can see.
Because you know why? Because most of them have been bought. They've paid them. That's why I said this, whatever they're saying, there will be no votes by none of that. It's not really going to work because some people have already paid
there's a voice note. There's a voice note I sent to him. I don't know whether I will play it.
That's why, okay.
You're playing it. So, if you don't understand Igbo, well,
I think that's why there should be a system whereby we have to bypass all this nonsense of polling agent or party agent or anything.
If they are putting your PVC inside the beavers, make sure if you don't read, make sure that you see it with your eyes that.
And you notice that these people,
because a lot of things are going to happen to them.
These people will call our leaders. They will bring up a particular policy, but they will keep loopholes for themselves to actually explore.
Yeah.
You have to okay. We have beavers and the likes. They said beavers, IREV. Why are we still having party agent that actually have to stay there and like polling unit agent whereby you still need to print on paper?
That's what I said last time.
This is 2023.
The beavers is not as we expect.
It's not so safe as they portrayed to the people.
The way people thought was that when you just put vote like this, it goes. No, it doesn't.
No, you have to vote on paper.
Because it is human being that is.
It is human being, and they can compromise.
Honestly,
they will surely human being who can be bought over.
Where anyone who gets into power would not want to leave power.
Exactly.
Even when you're not doing well, you don't want to leave power because power is intoxicating. You've tested it, you don't want to leave it alone. Even when you're not doing well.
I actually saw a picture whereby someone was playing Bet Naija on Beavers machine.
Wow.
I don't know how the person actually got to do it, but I was just shocked. Like, how can you be playing Bet Naija on Beavers?
Let's look at that video.
See, it's just shocking. It's shocking.
People had to. Let's see some what happened. This morning I saw.
If you can't use beavers to vote, then I don't see any usefulness in the beavers for real. There should be let's say the beavers should be a kind of big screen whereby the different political parties will show on the screen, and there should be a section whereby you just put your hand there. You don't need to stay your finger because of anything. You now say soldiers should come and secure ballot box. This is 2023. People are moving forward. We need to start learning from the people we are importing stuffs from. Learn from them. What is their technological prowess there? Let us copy all those things. It's not just copy their fashion trends, their music, their styles. Then when it comes to our own year, we will now go archaic. We go back to 1980, whereby they still secure ballot papers. No,
so you can call
doesn't
him.
make
You can
sense.
call him if you want to call him. The number is there, so you can call in so that
you can join us on the program. Let us make it more interesting.
I always say, please, if you're going out today to vote, this is election that is going to decide the future of Nigeria, of your children and your children's children. It is today. Don't sell your conscience out there. Instead, if you know that you're going to compromise, just stay in your house. No point voting.
Yeah.
Honestly speaking,
Well,
don't sell your conscience.
The video you are
today.
seeing, these are people that are the polling units. Probably looks like polling unit. They select as the polling unit.
Because
They want to vote.
People want to vote. People are going to see. I don't know. I'm going to say this. I am not.
What is it? Honorable, what is it?
All the materials.
I'm sorry. I'm not going to.
INEC
I'm not going
materials.
to. Yeah, I'll not apologize for it. I am not for the Green Party. Then am I for PDP? You understand? But if you are out there, you are for whatever party you are for, make sure that you know that you're doing the right thing. Because if we get it wrong this time, this country is doomed. Sorry to say, but that's what I see. Because you can't tell me that for the past 8 years, we have a government that have been ruling us and things are just going chaos. Nothing is moving well. As a matter of fact, as it stands now, as a Nigerian, you can't even see where to withdraw money. Banks are not dispensing. ATMs are not dispensing. POS is not. Okay, I heard someone say that someone went to withdraw 10,000 naira and they're charging you 4,000 on top of your own money that you worked for.
Okay, let's look at some comments. Mr. Chukwu Lote Edu said, today we'll decide the fate of Nigeria, good or bad. Chukwu Lote from France, thank you for joining us. Udeze Chima, this only Obi can do that revolution you guys are talking about. Others are corrupt element. That's a good suggestion, but will our fathers and mothers in rural areas be able to use this machine? I think that's why I said that there would be 2 election agents there. Maybe a particular old woman comes now, slotting a card. Mama, who you want vote for? She talk, APC, press this side. Ma'am, you don't vote. Thank you for voting. Take your card, you can leave. Shikena. It's as simple as that.
Okay, now, those guys that will stand there.
You don't need to even suggest for her. Mama, who you want vote for? She will say it. Then you just say, okay, touch this one here. You touch it, then we'll go. You can even say we just touch the flag or the logo of the party. But we are not ready to move.
It's not as if corrupt leaders.
It's not as if our leaders are not wise. We have visionary leaders.
Everybody,
but they are not.
Nigeria is corrupt. Even a young child. That is why we see this era of what's it called? This corrupt era has to be eradicated. You understand? That's why they say when the righteous is in authority, the people will definitely rejoice. If we can get it right at the top, that means everybody at the grassroots will start behaving normal. Because from there, they are corrupt. Then everybody is now copying what is happening there. It's not really nobody's fault, you get. So now, like you said, if we have that machine, and then there are 2 polling officers, like you said, stand here, stand there. If those ones doesn't compromise, then it's still okay. Because some of them, they will still have a party. What if you not say, I want to vote for Labour Party, they tells you, okay.
The thing is that if they compromise, there are people there. It's just like you standing at the ATM. Just leave about 2 meters behind the first person that is voting. There's no way they will be talking to the woman and you would not hear. There's no way. It should just be an open election whereby you don't need to even hide someone you want to vote for. They don't want to flog you if you vote for anybody. Nobody is flogging you now.
We as Nigerians,
everybody will just be on the queue. Put your card, you vote, and you can decide to either stay or go.
We can't continue in this level of poverty, darkness, and.
Okay, let's look at the latest. Let's look at the latest. But I saw this APC is sharing dollars in Ondo State.
Okay.
Irele local government.
It's a shame. Sorry to say, it's a shame because you feel your currency have failed. You made naira to fail. Now you're sharing on that person's currency. You're supposed to be ashamed of yourself, as a matter of fact.
See, wait, how many dollars can they share? The thing is that the value of dollars is higher than the naira.
This is annoying. This is annoying. God, I don't know the way I feel about this whole thing. The way I feel. If everybody can
All right. On to the next one. Only your vote will count. Prayer point will not. That is coming from INEC. The Independent National Electoral Commission has advised Nigerians to vote for the candidate of their choice in today's general election rather than staying at home and praying. The head of Voter Education and Publicity Department of the Commission, Ms. Agnes Akwe, said this while disclosing readiness of the INEC to conduct election in the FCT. Akwe said that the distribution of sensitive materials began on February 23rd and the last batch was distributed to the Abuja Municipal Area Council on February 24th.
Indeed.
Some people are still playing football today, this morning, along Ojudu Bega.
They are part of the problem.
Imagine.
You know,
They are part of the problem.
if you have your PVC and you are of a voting age and you have your PVC with you, not the ones that they denied their PVC. Of course, people like us, you know, not like
Not like those people that they throw their
they
PVC
do their
in the
PVC
bush.
away and tell them that they can't find it. You know, why don't you go out and exercise your voting rights? You be in your house, you be playing football, or you be in one corner praying, hitting your head on the wall. I don't understand.
I don't understand.
Someone said something yesterday that it's only God that will help Nigeria. I say, oh God, stop this thing you're saying. This is the reason why Africa is this level in this level of darkness. Why are you saying
swear.
that? God cannot come down from heaven and come
And
and
come and
thumbprint
help.
me. Abi angel, he will not send angels to come and thumbprint or your
No.
husband. Now why you put like this? If you know you have your PVC and you have a voting age, why don't you go out and vote? Okay, you the fear say the 50 person. Now once person they die you.
Exactly.
If you die, if you die again. You understand? So voting, yes.
I'm particular about the history of elections in Nigeria
Yeah.
and what people have done in the past years. In the past years, youths have not really turned up for elections.
The way they are doing now.
The
People.
way
Yeah.
the youth are really.
And we have so many updates online. Please let's just do the update so that let's look at the update. Like what in
Online
on
updates.
Twitter,
Yeah.
Ondo State, they are showing $100. I know when $100.
Someone said it might be fake because $100 now is about $100 is about 70,000, 75,000 the black market.
Who won't give you that
Which politician would come out and give 75,000 cash?
In the villages,
In the villages, it will be fake.
they know that our mothers and fathers, most of them are uneducated.
Exactly.
Like in the north now, there is a news going on in the north that Peter Obi has stepped down for Atiku.
Imagine.
that one?
So
Some people are using Peter Obi's picture to campaign for themselves. I actually saw a particular video yesterday where they were campaigning for the PDP candidate, the governorship candidate in Lagos, and the man was like, "No, madam, no worry, see, for this presidential election, vote Obi, now Obi go enter, but for the governorship election, vote for PDP." You know those kind of things. So they are using so many tactics and gimmicks to actually sell their
The same
persons.
things happening in Abia. Where the present governor of Abia State, Victor Keze Ikpeazu, there's what's it called? A poster of him by the side.
I think somebody is calling. Let's
Okay.
see.
Okay.
Who do you have?
Your mic.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning and what out there.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Calling from Italy.
Okay, thank you for joining the program.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
All right, sir.
Well, God bless you guys for the good work you are doing.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir.
Honestly, today's election in Nigeria, just that I've always been following Christian on bystander always,
Yeah.
is how do I put it? No, it's a make or mar election.
Yeah.
Honestly, like just like Miss Gladys explained and said that it's eating something inside her. Honestly, this election is eating something inside me that is living in diaspora. You know, we can continue this way. I'm sorry to use this word. Nigeria is not a country. A free-for-all country where somebody can come up and do whatever he likes and go away with it. Since 1960, this has been the same story. I'm sorry that we have bad and criminals as politicians. But our citizens, Nigerian citizens, honestly, they are 90% are even more criminal, have criminal tendency than the politicians who are in government.
Honestly.
How can you, as a Nigerian citizen, after passing all through this hell, all this year, or religious something or something. They are looking for these old cargoes that have impoverished them and they are using poverty as a tool against them. Because you are a hero. Honestly, if you are near Sibanjo, I'm a little man, I am from the southeastern part of Nigeria. If you near Sibanjo had come out as an LPC candidate for this election, my brother, I won't even mind voting on Sibanjo. Because if Peter Obi wins today, he's not going to make all the Igbo state or all Igbo man a millionaire. Peter Obi is not going to make the Southeast the Dubai of Africa. So Peter Obi is going to work for every Nigerian. Go to his hometown today. Just follow Peter Obi and see where he's living. See his house. That man is a billionaire by excellence. But go and see where he's living. A simple structure where this man is living. Today, he's out there in Agolo, moving from one end to another. Interacting with the poor people over there. This is how president is supposed to be. Not somebody that lives in an estate, in Bodilon. An estate probably that has been acquired by illicit money. Or somebody, yesterday I listened to an audio evidence that was going viral on the internet. Where Atiku, Okowa, and Tambuwa is their voice, that is clear. Where they are planning how to corrupt the INEC officials to rig election.
Exactly. Exactly.
In a civilized country where I'm living, that is enough evidence to remove them and tell them.
Honestly, something that came out clear. Oh my goodness.
No,
I give you a simple evidence. There's a man here.
They will come out to debunk it.
He's occupying the position here. Do you know why that man, why he resigned? Just because he called his friend that is chairing a company and said, please, my son just finished school. Please help him, give him this position, help him and give him up work in your company.
Damn.
Just that alone. Just the first message that they saw, they hear. When pressure was mounted on this man, within a day, this man is dying. But this is something that people will
Nigeria will work again.
look over and move on.
Like, it has to work.
Nigeria
Thank you
will
very
work
much, Mr. Chima.
Thank you very much, sir.
Give me a minute to conclude.
Okay.
Peter Obi has done his part. The ball is now in the court of Nigeria. Looks like it's unfortunate that Nigerians in diaspora cannot vote. They knew that the day they make a law for Nigerians in diaspora to vote, that will be a game changer in Nigerian politics. No matter how corrupt they are over there. Only the votes, the talk of vote that will be coming from abroad, will destroy every of the corruption. Because all I can advise you is this: he has done his part. But any chance, tomorrow they announce the result and say that he's not the winner. Let him pack his bag and baggages and go to UK and leave. Mr. Christian, just like I always told you, a potential rich man. You are an intelligent guy. In case you can really win this election, my brother, just prepare how to further your education or get out of Nigeria and make a life. Nigeria is a destiny killer. At my age, I know what I have achieved. I have gotten married. I have gotten kids at my age. I have achieved a lot. Just because I live in a useless entity called Nigeria. I see my mates, my classmates, that I finished school with. They are still in Nigeria, working in poverty.
Oh gosh.
Most of them haven't married. Most of them is not talking about marriage. Most of them can't feed themselves because Nigeria has killed their destiny. These are gurus. People that are more intelligent than me. Just because they are in Nigeria, where people are subjecting them to what they don't know. And they use themselves. These people kill you in Lekki toll gate. These people finish you people in Lekki toll gate. These people can't be at home for 8 good months without going to school. But you still see the same useless you, some of them. Looking for this great peace. Looking for a people. It's very unfortunate.
Okay.
Very, very unfortunate.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir.
God bless you guys. life
Yeah.
and keep you.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Have a nice day.
Thanks, sir.
Honestly, this same thing he said. I was asking someone yesterday. There was this man, like it's as if he's an old man. He should be in his early 40s. You know, the way he was just talking yesterday. Like I had to ask my neighbor, like, sorry to say, but is this guy normal? Like, is he normal? During the NSAS, it was so clear that there was attack on the unarmed youths at the Lekki toll gates.
Of course.
Not just Lekki toll gates, different parts of the country where they protested for the police brutality. They attacked a majority of them. Not that alone. Students were at home for more than 7 months, 8 months thereabout, because of strike. Just because of one thing that could have just been done in few minutes. Students stayed at home for more than 8 months. And still, you still see these same students whom their education was delayed. They still come out to come and vote. These same people that put them in this kind of mess into power again. I'm like, don't they think the Lekki NSAS, whatever? My younger brother was at the Lekki toll gate that day. Okay, let's even say nothing happened. I was like, did my brother lie? Did he lie to me? Because he was there. I even called him, where are you? He said, we are here, we are enjoying, we are eating chicken. I'm like, leave that place, start going home. He said, no, nothing they happen. Only for after a few hours that same day, he called off when he was crying. I don't know what to do. Then shooting going on. I was hearing bah. And then someone says there was no shooting, nobody was killed. I was like, my brother lied to me. And then these same youths that ran for their dear lives that day are still the ones clamoring for these same people to get into power. And that same Lekki toll gate, it is owned by somebody who probably or allegedly ordered what happened there. And the person is coming out to come and contest, or is even contesting, and you are there, the polling unit to thumbprint for that same person. I'm like, don't they think?
It's something else. We have an update from Alidaya Street, Agbo Palace Way. Angry voters has blocked INEC officials over lack of voting ink.
There are so many things happening.
Why would they forget voting ink?
They are just looking for
it's just delay tactics.
Every possible means to make sure that they deprive people that are willing to vote their voting rights.
What of this one that the beavers is turning?
There's no ink to vote. There's no ink to vote. Yes.
Beavers is turning.
Yes, I've been voting here since 2011. So what time did you get here, sir?
Yeah, the man.
And what are the challenges?
Oh, the man actually complained bitterly, and people have blocked INEC officials on you. I think it's just a delay tactics, probably to get the people angry and react. So they might say, okay, in this polling unit there is chaos,
or they cancel the polling
or they will
unit.
cancel the polling unit exactly. Just tell me when to continue. It is well. It was, I think it's just the delay tactics by the INEC officials, and they will have connived with the political party in that particular state.
In that particular polling unit.
In that particular polling unit. Because I don't understand, how can INEC officials say they forgot ink?
They are just looking for every possible means to deprive and deny Nigerians who are willing to vote their voting rights. See, INEC, Mahmoud Yakubu, and what's the other man's name? Something Festus Okoli, and the rest of you. See, this will probably be your last tenure. If I were to be you, I would do the right thing. Just like Buhari is doing. I don't know how genuine his intentions are anyway.
Yeah.
But I feel that he's trying to rewrite the wrongs. He's trying to do the needful before he leaves office. Why don't you just do the right thing? Is it difficult to ask? I know you guys are corrupt on the norms. But please, why don't you just do the right thing? Do the right thing. Even if you don't have conscience, don't you consider your children to come?
I think this is the last this thing as the INEC chairman.
Yes,
but
this is last.
maybe probably they still don't want to leave the political space. They might be wanting a little bit of appointment in other fields as well.
If you don't want to leave, would you now, when everything have scattered, when you guys have collapsed everything, and there will be no single person living in this country, that way you would not leave?
I heard a particular I saw a particular video of Fowles yesterday. He said that Gbajabiamila has been re-elected now into the house 5 different times which means he has been in the house for a whooping 20 years.
He will soon leave.
That means since I've been in primary school, he has been in the house up to this moment.
Okay, look at
See,
you guys remember what Desmond Elliot did during the NSAS. Now there's this guy Olumide. What's his other name? That guy on the Johnson program.
Okay.
He doesn't look like a woman. He's
tough guy. I know him now.
Olumide. Now he's contesting for Surulere House of Rep against Desmond Elliot, who's an APC guy, and the guy came out under Labour Party. If you see the comments I saw on Twitter,
he really trended yesterday.
Oh my God, I'm like, people were like, Desmond Elliot, this is a typical example of when you think you're going to, how they even put it safe. Remember, he was against the youth during the NSAS.
Yeah, he called them children. He called youth like children.
Now the same children, the same child that he parted his, like he beat his.
Did you see the project? Did you see the project he said he did? But that project, I can do that project. I can do it personally.
You know what they do?
There was one bridge that he said he built. Even that bridge can't even backup bridge. You know, at the F-country to even put his signpost there.
The thing that is going to happen. Last time we had this program, like when was I said something that, like, let me know if you repeat it again. What is happening is that it is the government that set the rules against the people.
Exactly.
The government is making sure that people don't obey the rules.
And now let me tell you something. And the people themselves, the people are majority of the people are the youth, and the so-called youth are scared. That's the problem. You understand? Something is happening, and you know that. Okay, let's say the ones that can actually speak on behalf of the ones who cannot speak for themselves. You know, you can speak out. They will not want to speak. You'll be hiding because you know, concern again when I go jackpot. It's so annoying. It's alarming.
I can't really, chastise the youth for saying that maybe they are scared or something, because the justice system in Nigeria is next to nothing. Just look at because exactly it's the whole government and the elite against the people.
That liberation and revolution we are fighting for cannot come. Okay, let's say Peter Obi did not come out as a presidential candidate under Labour Party. Would you have known that this number of youth was actually supporting for his uprightness? Would you have known?
I think the youth would have. I did Peter Obi didn't come out. I think the youth would have raised someone on their own, or find someone unique to just put their support under.
Oshibanjo had won the APC presidential ticket. Believe me, I would have, because I listened to that man. He's an intellectual person.
Exactly.
The man gave brain. He's a professor, not people that we don't even know their background, we don't know where they're coming from, we don't even know anything. We can't say nothing about them. It's annoying. No apologies, honestly, because I'm speaking the way my heart is right now.
Let's look at that video that they're complaining that the beavers is turning the male
to female.
You
know, I said this thing. See, some people are actually arguing with me. Okay, beavers, is the standard. It's to do this, it's to do that.
You say I should. Last night I saw a comment. Someone said I should not say what I don't know.
This is now what we are saying now. I know that on the election day, see, so many things will happen to that machine, because these people are claiming that they've done this thing. See, when you see, they said you can't give a goat to someone, then you still hold on to the rope. It's not possible. If you want to give the person the goat, you give the person totally, you free the rope. You hand it over to the person. So if you want to actually make election free and fair,
let him.
How can I be a male? I am not a male. They are doing something here. They are doing something from here. It's from here. There is a manipulation here.
A polling unit
051
Kajola 21 Kajola
has been tampered with.
The INEC voters register.
The INEC man here is like they have tampered this thing.
Their card shows their sex, where they are female on the card, female on the list, female on INEC website, but male on Beaver's machine, which is wrong.
My name is here in the list, and how would I be like this somewhere else? That is that.
Program, let's keep having your comments. Let's read a little comment. Mr. Uche Genie said, today's a Chima, you are right. Actually, we can do it, but the corrupt government would rather keep people uneducated. That is their strength. Florence Lawrence, we need to be prayerful in our choosing. But we talked about prayer the other time.
See, we need to once you've done printed, then you can go back and pray.
And go and pray.
Because this beavers turning people to male and female is something that God, please, like come to her aid, you know.
All right, another comment. Mohammed Kaba said, I am a Gambian. I would love Obi to win today because I believe it will change Nigeria. Thank you for that. Thank you. Jacob D. Exactly, Nigerians are following our leaders. Alex Ugbo, today we'll decide if Nigeria will continue to stand as a country. Chukolote Edo, brothers and sisters, you people are trying, but youth are not ready yet because of the money they collect from politicians.
That money they vex me.
If that money will be fake money.
That money will be vex.
It will be fake.
Like,
We have not even talked about Labour Party missing on the ballot in Ondo State.
Okay,
No,
okay,
okay.
wait. Let's continue. Godwin Unwaziyama said, Godwin from Sydney, Australia. Nigerians, please shine your eyes and vote Obi and Dati so that you will be free from wicked politicians. Nodim Solomon said, wow, the twin brothers are here. That indicates that the God shall choose for us today.
the twin brothers are
Shalom, my people. Go and do your part. The way of God is different from human ways. Jacob D. Well, Shimbajo is there enjoying with our killers. The game is on. Charles Duru. Good morning, sir. Good morning, Mr. Charles. Morning, guys. Well, some people would actually say that Osinbajo has been there with them. He didn't do anything to the to all these shenanigans that has been happening.
She said she's the one that said you support Osinbajo.
She said you support him.
As a vice president, there is list.
But see, I think Nigeria needs a leader that would make a policy that can even be against him personally.
Yeah.
Because they will just bring a particular policy. They will tell you the sweet part of the policy. They will tell you the sweet part. They will tell you the good part of the policy. But it is now you. It is left for you to do your research, do your findings into the policy in details. And look if there are loopholes. Because they will do something now and they will keep the loopholes there for them to explore. Just like we were talking about this morning. That in any polling unit that there is overvoting. Normally, if you want to be equal, if you want equal rights and equity and fairness, in all sincerity, there should be a rerun. But they're now coming out to say that according to the INEC Electoral Act, if there is overvoting, they will cancel the polling unit. It doesn't make sense because they will use it. These politicians will use this thing as a kind of means to truncate the opposition's effort in the polling unit. If they know that XYZ political party is strong in Alimosho local government area, they would connive with the INEC officials to put overvoting there.
There's a voice note in respect to that thing you're saying. Let's play that voice note. Is a corps member. He said they were told at the INEC office that they should identify with some unscrupulous element, like people that they can collaborate with to scuttle the election.
Now you can see.
Then that agent. Okay, let's listen to the.
Nigeria.
Now, they want us to date all the core members that are PO. And then what they promised us is 20,000 naira each, which is a chicken change. I cannot sell my 20 years because of 20,000. And then thank God that 5 of us did no to their request. Now, their plan is that they are going to issue. I saw this thing on Twitter. I thought it was just a joke until they called us this morning around that kind of 7. I cooked the line and everything. They will start coming out. Now, their plan is that
Manu.
Their plan is that each polling unit, mostly Southeast, will begin with a candidate and with the votes well. Yeah, remember that they will now liaise with the PO. The PO will issue out. Maybe they will have they will have a candidate, a voter that will come. Onya Abia also Kule, or from Kule, or from Emeka, or Biscuit, or 2, or 1, just anything Onya mention. That or PO Amagoro Yominer, and the Yominer will Nyonya 2 ballot paper. Presidential. In our now, he can Nyonya 2 ballot for presidential. Then Nonya. It was 3 years. Then never not on print at the 2. We got Labour Party Benny, or MPC, but you might see that watch.
Okay.
In our so now, no, you're getting in that box. I'm going to be on Twitter. Yeah, Twitter. I don't know when I can get it. Then on your it's in that box. And there's a account chat. Currently, INEC, their rules, one of their laws is that if the number of ballot paper is greater than the number of registered voters in a polling unit, they will cancel that polling unit.
Yes. Okay, they want. Okay. Yeah. I get it now.
This took me.
Okay. I have okay. Thank you very much. I've actually heard that.
2 ballot paper.
Eh.
Presidential. In our town now, if you have 2 ballot paper for presidential, then no it was 3 years. Then never not on print at the 2. Or we call it Labour Party Benny or MPC. Then your man see Draswaju.
Okay.
In our town. So now, no one is getting in that box. I'm actually on Twitter. Yeah, Twitter. I don't know when I can get it. Then on your hitting in that box. And there's account chat. Currently, INEC, their rules, one of their laws is that if the number of ballot paper is greater than the number of the registered voters in a polling unit, they cancel that polling unit.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I get it now.
This is the means how they vote now. I'm telling you what to say.
Okay. I have.
What the guy is saying is that they offer to give them 20,000 for the job they asked them to do. And normally, Nigerian politicians will debunk it. Like even,
of course,
like even articles say disregard the voice notes, and they are planning to. When we heard your voice, Tamuwa's voice and Okowa's voice, disregard. Somebody said because a politician told his friend, "I put my son in your company. That's why I had to resign."
Imagine
just that one. Then this one, someone now say regard. So that one is enough to disqualify the person. Is enough to arrest the person.
Yes.
For let me say treason. No, so these court members, they told them they are planning with some other persons. The person has a sign. Is that you say from Kunle, from Emeka? So they will know that person that gave that sign, they will give them 2 ballot papers. So that person will not thumbprint
on the 2.
Because in a polling unit, there are 200 people that are supposed to vote for that polling unit. INEC law 51 subsection 2 says that if there's over voting in any polling unit, that polling is cancelled. So that person intentionally, they will give the copper will give the person 2 ballot papers. Now each person is supposed to have 1. So when you give you 2, it's more than. So the person will now thumbprint on the 2 and put it here. So when they start counting and now find out that it's more than 200, 201, that counts the polling unit.
I said something earlier that these people, they are evil, they are satanic. Why did I say they are satanic? It's because they tend to portray themselves as saints. You can see the INEC, what's it called? The INEC officials coming to different media platforms to say that okay, this election will be free and fair. It will be this, it will be that. But when you bring up the shortcomings of the system, they will tell you that you are trying to truncate their own effort. Whereby I will not allow to do these things. I will not allow to come out. Is this not why we are in democracy? We are not in military era. We are supposed to come out and tell them that we have noticed this kind of thing in this machine or in the process. What are you planning to do about it? And this cancelling of polling unit votes that they're talking about, I'm 100% against it. It does not make sense at all. It does not make sense because once there is overvoting, that means there has to be a connivance from the presiding officers to the polling to the party agents. There must be a kind of connivance. There is no way anything will go on in a particular polling without the consent of the presiding officer. Those people that actually oversaw the elections in Osun State, have they been arrested? Have they been called to court to question it? So what are we now saying? Why are they now saying that this election? See, I've never even people saying that this election will be free and fair. I didn't even put it at the back of my mind. I knew it won't be free and
whatever
fair.
Happens,
I knew.
Whatever happens today, I believe that the people that the polling officers are youth.
Yeah.
And core members who probably that this administration made to stay in school more than the expected number of years they are supposed to spend. So that is why I'll keep saying those youths there, you guys have a lot of role to play to make sure that today's election is actually a huge success. You understand? If they give you money, I don't know if I should say collect or don't collect and do the right thing. I don't even know what I should say right now. But you guys have a lot of role to play. The youth there serving as POs, APOs, and all. Do the right thing. If suffer never tire you, it don't tire others.
See, it's not as if they can't do the right thing. Now imagine a particular copper serving.
Nobody's going to put a gun on your head.
Wait. Now imagine a particular copper, a particular core member, say let's say from the southeast, now serving in the core north, and they give you this kind of offer. You are serving there, your PPA is there. and after election you go back to your BPA and keep living with this set of people that you know very well that they are very dangerous, and you are still serving there, you still have time there, you as the presiding officer would want to save your life first. Like there is life after election. Yes. So these people now, let me just dance to their tune, because
yes, what you asked me to do,
it might even feel like even the people that we are even fighting for, what is the probability that they will go there and not even do their own nonsense that they want to do? That's
the mindset.
So that is why I said this thing, that you must be able to bypass the use of human being. Human being should just stand there and just oversee the people, not oversee the machine. Human being should not have access to the machine at all. We are still using ballot paper to vote. This is 2023.
Whereby we are still using
it is nonsense.
Whereby the machine is what is we are using in today's election. Those youth
every 4 years,
serving as POs and APOs, please, you have a lot of role to play in that polling unit you are in at this time, at the moment.
See, if you go on Twitter, you can see so many things happening on Twitter. People complaining. INEC has not gone to the polling unit.
This is to 11.
Some people, like we said, they want male and female. Some people, where an AP's agent sees that, or a party agent sees that, and an opposition party has more supporters there, they try to manipulate the whole thing. This is what is happening in today's election.
Christian, no matter how much they try to manipulate, see the voice of the people. See, when you are there, you don't need to keep, I don't know, don't be like, that's fear. Now fear, now they do us for this country. That fear. Let's say you are there. It is not just you. You guys are many. On a reach 100, and just a handful of people are trying to intimidate you when you can actually overpower them. So why don't you do what you're supposed to do and leave the rest? Let it not be that, okay, I did not do anything at all. Do what you're supposed to do. Play your own part. That is where your job starts. Then before you start praying, do your own part. Do what the Bible says that faith without corresponding action is dead. Do what you're supposed to do first of all. Play your own part. Play your own role first.
Let's look at that video. We saw, you can see many disenfranchisement.
Exactly. There are a lot of games being I think those unscrupulous gentlemen that will try to truncate this election or tilt it towards their favor should not. Because right now the people are now on the brim. They are at the extreme.
Yeah, do you know I like the whole thing. Everybody, I saw a tweet somewhere where a particular presidential candidate used his picture and say, "He reached my turn, everybody wise." He reached my turn, everybody wise. So, and that is it. Nigerian youths, I know we already are awake. While some of us are still sleeping. You get, some of us are still sleeping. While some are still in a very deep snoring, position right now. But those of us that are awake, let us be awake. Why? It's either going to make or man. It's either going to bring about that revolution, or it is going to take us back to the era where we don't even want to go. You understand? So let the needful be done. Don't say your conscience, don't say your votes. If they offer you money, in fact, as a matter of fact, let me tell you, the particular candidate you're not supposed to vote for is that one who gives you money. Because why? If it is a money your hard-earned money, you cannot share it anyhow.
Of course.
That money you suffer gets no fee they throw one for road. That person who will tell you vote for me, let me not stretch this thing, but you know what to do.
But I think there's hope, because in the north now it is moving towards a southern president. I don't want to use the word. If you watch the trend, the North are speaking up now. We want a southern president. So I think if the politicians want to disenfranchise some people in a certain region, and God will do it in a way whereby the other region will disappoint them. So that's what I think
that's the only thing that can happen. That's the only thing. But personally, I just believe that subsequent elections should not be done with paper anymore. We have after this election, we have 4 solid years to prepare for the next election. So all the policies and the technology and the likes, let's have a machine that you would just print on the machine and go to your house.
Into place, depending on who becomes the next president. If it is still these same people who doesn't care, that are only after what they can gain, they will not implement nothing.
Even look at this. Look at the good side of this technological stuff now. you would stop wasting money to print papers, to print ballot papers.
As if that's
You would now even the money you would have to pay all these presiding officers, assistant presiding officers. It will be out of this thing. So you will just have maybe a presiding officer and the assistant presiding officer, just the AP and the APU. They will just be standing side by side just to monitor the people only, so that maybe they wouldn't spoil the machine or something. And if anything like violence occurs in the place and they probably damage the machine, there should be rerun. Bring another machine there.
But the law is the law. You can't.
They should actually review that law. See, they can do something. It is when it is favoring them. No, the next one. The next one after the election.
Something. That was yesterday night, because I told you guys I did not even sleep yesterday. I was awake as if Nigeria wants to play the final World Cup. That's how the whole thing is just happening to me, even though I've not quite witnessed the final World Cup before.
Calling.
Okay.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, you can speak up, Mr. Ugochukwu from Anambra.
Yes, Mr. Ugochukwu from Anambra calling.
Yeah, what is happening in Anambra State?
Okay, the part of where I am in Orumba house now, toward Obo side. Okay. We are waiting there. No any electoral material, no any INEC officer. We are just people. I don't know whether they want to use this medium to scare people from voting, or I don't know whether they want to use it to weaken people.
So there is no INEC official, there is no electoral materials or something.
Nothing. Even in the house of the Obi, in the Obi side, the same thing is happening.
Agulo.
Yes.
But we just saw from online tweets now that P2B have casted his votes. What can you say about that?
I have searched for it. I haven't seen it. I was happy for it to see that.
No, he did accreditation. Look at it.
I've only seen it in Tinubu, the other presidential candidate.
Atiku.
Yes, Atiku.
Okay. So
currently where we are now in Obo, we are just waiting. No any sign at all.
I think the INEC chairman needs to. They need to bring him to the table. Then many questions should be asked, because I don't think INEC is prepared for this election.
Well, secondly, too, there is a particular number that INEC provided that you can actually contact. I believe that the number is, if you can get the number, you try to call the INEC officials in charge of Anambra State.
I think we need. It's our responsibility to give them the number.
Let's have the number. I will do so.
We'll put it on.
Okay, we'll put the number up now.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You can see.
You can see now. You can see. See all these things. I've envisaged it. I've expected it.
You have the number.
This is the typical Nigerian setting. I've expected it. Nothing is new to me. It is not shocking. I don't feel any kind of new thing when all these things are coming up. If a particular road can actually be destroyed yesterday in Kogi State, a road was destroyed. I think it was politically motivated or something. Though the people there have filled the road back just for vehicles to be able to move there. But you see, Nigeria is just like a place whereby you just do anything, then you go scot-free. Nobody apprehends you. Nobody even check you. Nobody, says anything. Anybody even try to say something, they gag the person's voice down.
Okay. As we move on, we know that the report that MC Olomo spoke to some of his drivers. Not to.
Yeah. MC Olomo actually, they said there's a report about MC Olomo stopping drivers from moving election materials.
That might be the reasons why we have not had INEC officials.
That is in Lagos.
I don't know what.
That's in Lagos State.
In Lagos State.
Yes, I don't know what they are trying to achieve.
It is delay tactics, so that the people would actually get tired and go back to their homes. And probably these INEC officials come with their electoral materials around maybe like 1 o'clock. I don't think
that these people are willing to go back home.
That is it.
Exactly.
That is it. Now,
so people
if
should
you
just
already have the polling units and the INEC officials are yet to get there, don't move an inch, because it's called delayed tactics.
It is delayed tactics.
They will definitely come, but they're trying to make you guys get one out so you can go home.
Exactly.
So don't go. Stay put where you are.
So they will now later come and say they didn't meet anybody on ground. So maybe the people should just stay there. If you can get even speakers or music, a little bit of small music, just enjoy yourself there.
Enjoy yourselves and wait.
While they time, they would come.
They will come and then reach out to INEC. The INEC
Yes,
of your state as well.
If you're online, take pictures, retweet, post online, you know, tag people, tag Arise TV, Channels TV, and other media organizations
Twitter
as well.
is working right now. Put out every of your complaint on Twitter, or even reach out to INEC officials of your state. Now, that's the best thing to do. Post on your status until someone helps you to repost and all of that.
Don't leave the polling units. It's a delay tactics. They would still show up. It is what they have been paid to do.
But the preparedness of these people that want to rig the election is top notch. You know why I said so?
Yeah.
They started with looking at how to deprive people from getting their PVCs.
Oh. They
started with that one.
Yeah.
They're now looking at how to. They will not give an information, waiting for you to fall victim. For instance, if you are going to do this thing, INEC has all the information.
Okay.
If you are going to do this thing, you are not going to be eligible to vote. They will not tell you that thing until you make the mistake. You are not eligible. That's the INEC commissioner in Lagos, Agbaje, who said that some people migrated from the southeast. You know that some people will transfer their polling units from the southeast
to Lagos State.
So when you do the first transfer and there's no response, if you do the second one, you will not vote. So they wait for you to do the second one.
That was what happened to me. That was exactly what happened.
So that is they all the way. That's why in my street there's an APC. They have been doing meeting. They have been doing serious meeting.
See, I believe
serious meeting.
You see, even
so this is one of their tactics. I'll be calling out the tactics.
I believe in that part of the scripture that says that God will bring the foolishness, that's the wisdom. He will make the foolishness of them. How did he put himself? He brings to naught the wisdom of men. He makes their wisdom to turn foolishness. I believe in that scripture. You understand? But my own thing is this: we, as the citizens, let us do what we are supposed to do. Say you not can do what you're supposed to do, you can't call God. I don't know how.
Now that they have deprived you from collecting your PVC, what will you do?
I think those people that are on ground, if you are currently right now at any polling unit, you need to mount pressure on the presiding officer. Honestly, you need to tell him if there is overvoting, he knows something about it. If there is overvoting, he will be held responsible by those people at this polling unit.
How many
he should be held responsible
of the gimmicks.
Nigerians are wise.
If I can know about the gimmick, that means there are thousands of people who know the same thing about these gimmicks.
The truth. But the thing
if I were to be in the polling unit right now, I would tell the presiding officer, if there is overvoting, you know nothing moves in this polling unit without your consent. If there is overvoting, you will pay for it right here in this place. I will tell that person.
Nigerian youth are wise and they are smart.
Nigerians are angry now.
But sometimes they channel their
anger
to the wrong course. You understand? Now, that same anger, that same energy, let's use it for our own advantage. That is where we ought to be right now. Not to go and start scattering things. They don't want us to vote, start destroying things. No.
Just wait for them. Because
that's the game they're about to play right now. To make people to start destroying things and they will cancel the polling units. Don't do that. Don't do that.
All right, we have some comments here. Jacob D said, if they vote and those in power frustrate them, what can they do? Joseph I, God will conquer the old cargo. Nodim Solomon, African citizen greatest concern is their belly before their future. But European citizen greatest concern is their future before their belly. Solomon, paper system is all over the world, even in France. First round chat, what happened to Abiola will definitely happen to Tinubu. Well, let's wait and see. Chukolote, no election material yet in my area in Aguleri in Anambra State, so we'll do something about that. First round chat, Tinubu does not know how to vote. His wife has to show him how to vote.
Wow, has he already voted?
That's what I think. I've actually been saying this thing online. They would say, okay, make sure you monitor the beavers. Mount pressure on the presiding officer. All of you there should say, Mr. Man, you are a core member. If there is any overvoting here, you will first of all face the wrath of the masses here.
That is why I say these core members, see,
even if they collect money, mass pressure on them.
Some of us here too have gone to school and we've served. You understand? You are a core member who will finish service and
go back
then
to business.
will get no job and go back doing business. So this is the time for you to write the history. Let it be that when I was a presiding officer, I did what I was supposed to do. Now, common sense.
See, let the people there should help the presiding officers. If nobody knows about this thing, it would be under pressure of the outsiders, of the externals. They'll be able to influence him. But let's say, imagine that you are a presiding officer now in a place whereby there are about 1,000 people that wants to vote there. Then they've actually threatened you before the election, they probably a day before, or they give you 100,000 naira and they threaten you on top it. That if you don't do their bidding, you are still serving here, they will deal with you. Now imagine 1,000 people now mounting the same pressure on you that PO, if anything happens to our vote today, you first of all see our route. Who would you listen to? Those people, you would see their route later, but see those voters, they would give it to you woto on that day exactly. Even once you realize that there's overvoting, you will not be able to say the result.
In case anything happens to that presiding officer later, then it will be told that he was threatened by a particular.
Exactly, you will be able to tell them that you can see that they threaten me.
They threaten me.
And these people would do something if I don't do their bidding. So it's not his fault.
I heard someone say something, said, do you know that you were a girl? The way you talk about these things, just become, I said, yes, I am that angry Nigerian girl.
No, there's this Nigerian feeling you usually have.
Went to school, carried them. I remember how I was carrying my certificates up and down Okwebiale looking for a job in this city of Lagos State. And you're telling me not to be angry? I don't know who wouldn't be. If you're in my shoes, you will be. Definitely. I am that Nigerian girl who doesn't want to soil her hand just because I want to make money. I'm that Nigerian girl who wants to make money genuinely with genuine work. So you don't tell me not to be angry. You don't tell me not to say the things that are paining me the way it's paining me.
It's only if you are not a bona fide Nigerian that there's this kind of Nigerian feeling that would be in you. There's no way maybe someone even brought your conscience.
In Ondo State now that Labour Party is now on the ballot.
Labour Party is on the ballot, sorry, but the only thing there is that the logo is there, but
I
the LP is
Ondo State.
I think anywhere anyone is not on the ballot, that means they don't have a particular candidate for that seat. No, for presidency. No.
It is Lagos State that the LP.
The LP.
And every other place is not.
There's no Labour Party in that one too.
Labour Party.
So there are no Labour Party and logos on most of these ballot papers.
Of course, they would take.
My question to INEC is
check another one, please.
See, this is how they would do it there. Right now that there is no Labour Party.
Why don't we have Labour Party on some of the tags here in Lagos State? Is there Labour Party on this one?
Even if they like, they should bring it back tomorrow. People, if I were to be in Ondo State right now, I will sit down there, cook my food here today, sleep there till they get back with Labour Party on that ballot paper.
When bank did not pay you, so
we slept in bank.
So this is the same time, see. Sometimes they carry our anger to them.
Check for the presidential, please. There's no Labour Party on the senatorial here in Lagos State.
Carry their phone. Carry their gas inside the bank hall. You understand? And now you are about to vote a party.
Why don't we have Labour Party on?
So there's a video in Lagos.
Is there Labour Party on this one?
Guys, there's no Labour
Party on this one, so
does
that make it for it?
Ballot paper.
There's no Labour Party on this
I've
one.
always said that the fight is not between.
There's no Labour Party on that one too.
INEC Nigeria.
So there are no Labour Party.
There is no Labour Party logo.
Why?
Not even whether
check for the presidential, please. There's no Labour Party on the senatorial here in Lagos State. What polling is this?
This is interesting.
Check another one, please. Why don't we have Labour Party on some of the tags here in Lagos State? Is there Labour Party on this one?
There's no Labour Party on this.
There's no Labour Party on this one, so does that make it void? There's no Labour Party on this one.
There's
no Labour Party on that one too. So there are no Labour Party logos on most of
they have candidates for the
papers.
House of Rep announcement.
I got a series of meetings. Now, some people infiltrated the Labour Party
Okay.
as chairman. They had to go and post names that are not there. Ghost names. Why do you have the names of people that are really vying for that position? Okay. They posted ghost names, and at the end of the day, that minute, the people now found out that the name is not there. See, the names they sent to INEC were names of people that you cannot look for.
Cannot find.
But for this video we are seeing, this particular ballot paper is for the National Assembly, not the presidency, because
check another one,
the
please.
presidency is like about 18.
Why don't we have Labour Party on some of the tabs here in Lagos State? Is there Labour Party?
So I think any ballot paper that you can't find a political party's logo there, which is supposed to be there, give it back to the presiding officers, and they should take it back to wherever they bring it from. Stay there, eat there, do anything there till they bring it back.
Them back, don't be quiet. Don't be like he's not here. Just say, no. Who does that? The same way you shout when you're unable to withdraw money. You said that the POS person carried destroy the machine shout, raise alarm.
Nobody should
Raise
destroy
an alarm.
anything, but
don't destroy nothing, but raise an alarm.
I would always say this
That would
thing:
be
mount
okay.
pressure on the PU. Your pressure should be greater than the pressure of someone trying to buy over the PU. Your pressure should be.
Those that want to buy the PU, no, they don't shout. 2019, I was
just
a
give you
comment,
money.
but then they will just shout. They will call you by the side and
give you
whisper.
money.
But when people are raising their hair, that would make sense because these ones when they shout,
See,
what are you shouting for?
See, actually wish in the polling unit right now, because the presiding, maybe my voice go don't crack. The presiding officer go don't hear with.
But seriously, I
would look him in the eyes like that, tell him or her.
4 years ago when I was in my NYSC, I didn't quite understand how this whole thing worked. It's like my eyes are beginning to open now. I'm understanding. Okay, this is not because then I'd be like, God. Immediately I'm finishing from NYC, I'm getting an instant job.
Oh wow!
You know, now there I can't say the sound of bitter cola. The sound of bitter cola, no be the sweetness, no be so they take taste. You understand? Life 4 years after then, I've taught me a lot of things that I can. And that's why I'm talking this way. Honestly speaking.
Mr. Godwin Weziama said, "Let the will of Nigerians be done by the grace of God Almighty." Uzo Chukwu Oji. Please help me with the INEC phone number because we are doing nothing in my polling unit.
Yeah, we are going to get it.
In Orumba.
Mr. Oji, don't worry.
There's a Chima. Let's leave God out of Nigeria issues. God is tired of Nigerian issues. We are more Catholic than the Pope. But that's the truth. Wait, if someone, okay, let's imagine that you as human being, you are God. Then they've been begging you from 1960 to 2023. You will get tired. There's no way you won't get tired. But let us not be intimidated. Let's not be defeated. There would be delay tactics. They would forget ink intentionally. How can someone forget ink? That doesn't make sense. It's intentional.
They left it somewhere.
It's delay tactics. They left it somewhere.
Ask the polling office, the polling agents, and the polling officers. They know where it is. The place they slept over before they came to the polling unit. That they left it there. They should go and get it.
It's delay tactics. If
or
they
even
don't
at
have,
the INEC office, they should go and get it.
If they don't even have ink, anybody who has at home should quickly rush home and bring his own ink.
My issue is that since all we have been having people carrying ballot box, how many have been prosecuted?
None.
Because even though you see police in Osun State, we saw people buying votes, police arrest. After the arrest, how many have been prosecuted?
We can't hear of that. This is Nigeria.
So now it's like efforts in futility. Somebody said it is INEC against Nigerians.
Before
INEC against Nigerians.
Now the question is how many INEC be? Like I always say, the issue is because we Nigerians we never tire. Suffer never tires of people. Some people are not even ready to do anything. Be like, concern me. Maybe they shall give me an envelope.
I think the biggest enemy of the masses right now in this election is not actually INEC. The biggest enemy are those guys at the polling units.
At the polling units right now.
Though they are not willing to just be enemies on their own, but they are a tool to actually rig this election. And if they don't align with their people, with those people that want to buy them over, there is no way this election will be rigged. So now the next thing to do is to make sure you pressurize them more than the politicians. They only buy
all
them.
the party agents and every single
and
person.
Also the people on the ground should pressurize the party agents. Party agents can go anywhere to collect money.
To collect money. People, they after money.
You can collect money.
All
everybody should be on angry mode right
all
now.
The people that are willing to vote for a particular candidate, they should pressurize the party agents. Because if they don't collect money, I remember 2019, I was still saying it. I was in my polling unit that day as a core member APO1. You get it? So a particular party agent was there, and the other party agent too was. It was just two major political parties agents that were there that day. They paid one off. I saw where he sat down on one block till we finished. I'm like, wait, but this man I was shouting here since. Why is he not talking against the APO2 that told me? See when they give her money. I'm like, wow. So please.
Now imagine let's say XYZ political party has about 400 people that wants to vote for the party. Then they have one agent, and they pay the agent off and he left. Imagine 400 people shouting on one person. They can't even beat him there. You'll be like, another person will even stand here and say, I'm the agent now. What are you people talking about?
Lamide, you need to understand one thing. There's the battle. Battle is in phases. The battle at the polling is different from battle at the ward units. From the ward, they take it to the local government. From the local government, they take it to the state. Yeah. So if you can have people,
you start fighting the battle from the ground.
If you win the one of the polling units, you have to go to the ward collection center. Okay. Win that at the collection center, you have to go to local government and the state. Then the state, they will still carry this your results. enter flight. The BVS, the way we say, if you just put one like this, they go. You still carry physical results, enter flights to Abuja.
See, if the lowest one, the one at the ground that is closest to the people, are those ones at the polling units, yes or no? Yes. So now if you can win that battle, you are a step ahead of others. If there is no overvoting in any polling unit, there is no way they won't be overvoting, because you are all human beings. Some people will be bought over easily, and some they won't be able to buy them over due to maybe pressure from other people as well. So if they can get it right from the polling unit level, I think they are even miles ahead. Because once they announce, okay, let's say in this estate now they announce 1,000 total vote, then this also vote for Peter Obi, for Tinubu and Atiku. Then you've published it, we have the results in our hands, we have the video evidence, but later in the day we now see different numbers. People will speak out, people will hit the street. That's when you will see maybe NSAS 2 or 3. That's when you will see that.
You know, when we were coming this morning, we had this group of people, they were saying that revolution is today.
I actually said it.
I was like, God. And they were youth. I'm like,
okay, Mr.
Udeze
Chima said, expecting God to do what you can actually do for yourself is absolute stupidity. That's true. Walter Irara said, question for a fact, if the suggestion is brought to Tinubu between APC winning Lagos governorship for Sanwo-Olu and he losing the presidency, he will choose to retain Lagos for APC. Paul Bernard, one Nigeria is not working, why forcing it? Wow.
Yeah, because even now in the Southeast, no elections. Let's look at the Southeast now. That we have people coming out at their polling units, but we have not gotten a comprehensive report on other areas, whether there's voting. But so far we understand in Anambra State, we have people coming out to vote. There's nothing like no one saying, people saying that sit at home and not voting yet. We have not gotten that report yet. Yeah. But as we progress into the evening, we'll get other reports. I think at this point in time, let's just...
I think we should quickly look at a particular update here. As Accord Party collapses structure for Obi, hours to pause. What's your take? Do you think it will really spoil Peter Obi like that? Because ADC, Boot Party, and Accord Party.
Exactly.
What's the strength of Accord Party? But Accord Party is not a new party.
Lost choosing as a choice, you get more voters.
That is the emotional damage in Accord Party now.
Parties, like, what's their strength? Like, they had issues with their presidential candidates. And they sanctioned the man. His name is Dumebi Kachuku. They sanctioned him, and they don't have it's a boost. When other people see that other people are collapsing their structure, it's going to help inspire other people to vote for the Liberal Party.
And I think ADC to some extent, they also have a little bit of structure. Not even a little bit. They have their own structure as well. And now that they've collapsed their structure into Peter Obi's own, Peter Obi would be having more agents in conjunction with ADC more than the APC and the PDP as well. So there should be more people on ground. And also, don't make election a do or die affair. Act like a sportsman. Oladipupo tells politicians. Do you think politicians would actually take this kind of advice? Shouldn't make election do or die affair.
Nigerian politicians are people that most of them have a dead conscience.
Exactly.
Of course,
so
we saw
whatever you're saying. They can manipulate. They have this attitude whereby they can laugh with you.
Yeah, exactly.
They know exactly what they want.
They are dead in their mind.
Their mind
is as black
and of
as
course,
charcoal.
a video that came out one time whereby one of them said that they're going to take this power by fire, by force.
You grab it now.
Grab it
and run away.
A particular governor, I think a particular governor in the northern part of Nigeria said that if anyone does not vote for the ruling party, they will deal with the person. Okay. He said it.
So if you are talking to politicians, now the system is that it's like a cult. Before you become a politician, it's like join a secret cult. They must mend you. They must blend you well, so that you be part of them. So they are kind of persons. Don't listen to people. Yeah. It's all about their interest.
Yes.
Their personal interest. No matter what you do, they can smile. Look at Oshomole, National Labour Congress. He did very well when he got into politics. He was captain. It was
now. Goodness.
In a video whereby he said you must intimidate them.
Yes, like so Tony Kabaka was there.
So see the politician we have and their mindset. When they come on the media, they talk like professionally.
Exactly.
They talk very well. But when they told them to bring down the video now. I said
they didn't know that people were videoing then.
And say,
clear up the camera.
And look at what he's saying. Look at what he's saying. Intimidate voter. An elder statesman.
Imagine.
Somebody who is a patriotic Nigerian. So politicians for me in Nigeria, they are not a species. They're not that God created. No,
who created them then?
No, I think God created them, but they recreated themselves.
Look at what happened in Enugu. Because of somebody, a Labour Party, you go and send someone.
They killed the person, and they actually burnt them after that.
So, the next time, I'm not accusing anybody, but people are suspecting Chimaroke Nnamani. Now, and I went on Twitter, and I saw Chimaroke Nnamani in church.
Dancing.
They are singing.
Ha!
Praise God, hallelujah.
Hey.
So,
even
like politicians.
God help us.
Politicians.
Well, I don't think it's politicians in general. I think Nigerian politicians.
Yeah, Nigerian politicians.
Because there are also politicians in Europe, in Asia, and we are seeing Europe progressing. But why are our homes here retrogressing? So, I think because they care so much about themselves alone.
Man, it's me and anything about politicians. But I think this election, my own about this election is that there's going to be a surprise. God is going to find a way. No, when you try all you can, do your best. Leave the rest to God.
Yes, leave the rest.
Shall do your own and
do your own part.
Do the one that
they have power over.
So God will not shock human being to show human that
that is God.
He's God. That's what will happen in the election. I know at the end of the day, by May 29th, Nigeria will experience a turnaround.
Hallelujah.
No matter who wins, though.
Hallelujah. But I swear, see, if
Pastor Christian has spoken.
But if Nigerians, because so far so good, these past elections, Nigerians have actually taken the third seat. The politician would win first, and that one win second. Nigerians will carry last. If Nigerians actually win this election,
Nigerians should win first.
I think it
before any political party.
See, in fact, it would even there will be a little paradigm shift in people's Nigerians' mentality. Even Nigeria's image would change over the world. The way they actually view a Nigerian would change, and Nigerians will be eager to. When they said there's this saying that leadership is followership. Yeah. When the head is sick, the body will also be sick.
Definitely.
If a leader is stealing, you can't expect the followers not to steal, because they feel like if our leader can steal and get away with it, then we can also do our own. So when the leader is being seen as someone who wouldn't steal and wouldn't allow you to steal, then everybody would sit upright.
Okay, I think we'll bring this and so that we'll come for the second phase of looking at the election update. Let's
quickly get some comments. Uzo Chuku Oji said, I'm suggesting that anyone seen with money buying vote, let the mass storm on him and collect the money from him, because the one that put into the scarcity of new naira note. I don't think people would actually come to the polling unit with money like that. Probably do transfers or something. First round chart, if we get it wrong this time around, the suffering should continue. There's absolutely no good woman or man in Nigerian political terrain. Okay. I think we'll draw the curtains on this program, Lagos, this morning. So we'll come again for the live update of the 2023 presidential election. Accreditation process is going on, although some part of Nigeria we have yet to see the INEC officials or the INEC electoral materials as well. But my advice for people out there is that stay put in your polling unit. You can do something to make yourself to actually make yourself okay there. Probably play music or just interact with people there. It is a kind of delay tactics. From unscrupulous elements. Just stay put there and wait for them. They would show up. So thank you very much for joining us on this program. I am Olajide Taufik Olamide.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me on the program.
Thank you for joining me on the program, my twin brother.
Thank you for joining us. And please, if you are the polling unit and the INEC officials are yet to get there, please don't move an inch. Stay back where you are. And if you have the INEC number, try to reach out so that you can know what is keeping them. And we'll also try our best to drop the number on the comment section. You can come back to view it.
Okay, thank you very much. Whatever you see on the polling unit video, capture
so that
we can use it for further interrogation.
All right. Yeah, bye for now.
Bye for now.
100 naira, Eko. Let's go,